So my name is Alby. I live here in Telluride, and I attend the Telluride Mountain School. For my internship this summer, I went to Mystic Seaport in Mystic, Connecticut. The Mystic Seaport is a small Smithsonian museum on the Mystic River, and they specialize mostly in the ocean. When I first heard that I would be spending my summer here, I didn't know what to think. I knew that I liked naval architecture and that the dress code was Sperry's and a Mystic t-shirt, so I was going to fit in. Growing up sailing, fishing, and spending as much time on the water as I could, I knew I wanted to study something to do with the water. While at the Mystic Seaport, I volunteered 60 hours and studied naval architecture, which is an element of engineering that deals with the design, operation, and building of marine vessels. 3 days a week, I would walk across the street to sign in at the seaport at 9 a.m. and volunteer there until 5. This volunteer work consisted of helping kids with many different activities around the seaport, such as model boat making, rope making, introduction to physics, and many other things. In addition to this, I also would volunteer at the boathouse, which is pictured here, a small shack right off the Mystic River, and I would help out guests rent sailboats and rowboats and other things. So although I spent a lot of my time at the seaport helping out, I also spent my time working with boat designers, learning about ship plans, and cataloging museum information. For this aspect of my internship, I would check in at the ship plans buildings and at around 9 and begin work with resident boat designers. My first day working, I was introduced to Paul, the head of ship plans at the seaport. When I first met him, he sat me down with almost every book ever written on naval architecture and had me do research on the subject. After this, Paul and his coworker John would show me how basic ship plans were constructed and how to read them. After this, I would help catalog the ship plans according to design, boat model, and manufacture. While working here, I got to see some extremely valuable ship plans, and I also learned how to read some of the key parts of ship plans, such as how the weight's distributed throughout the boat and how the designers show a three-dimensional boat on a two-dimensional piece of paper. So while working with these boat designers, I learned how much focus it takes to draw these ship plans and that the job certainly isn't for everyone. Although most boat designs are electronic these days, it was still cool to be able to see how they were designed before we had access to the extremely high-tech resources of the 21st century. So while I was in Mystic, I lived briefly with a woman named Katrina who rents her house out to travelers around New England, but I spent most of my time at a Mystic Williams Seaport dorm with 2 college students who were working in the area. While I was living here, I was able to ask them about their experiences and learn more about the other programs Mystic has to offer to college students. So while living in Mystic, it was easy to keep myself busy when I wasn't working. Because I was only 15 minutes away from Rhode Island, I was able to surf almost every day after work. And additionally, the fishing in the Mystic area was easily accessible, and proved to be a fun pastime. So although my time at Mystic was relatively short, it was extremely valuable. I not only logged many volunteer hours, but I got the opportunity to learn about naval architecture and immerse myself in the Mystic Seaport culture. Thank you.